What is Vintage TDS Director's Cut all about? A tower defense game that has a lot of unused content that were planned to be in the game, but ended up being scrapped or changed in the final release. Era selection is now a map where it shows a tiny versions of each lobby, and some are different. Does it have any specific features that only this game has? Yes, it does. There's no fire rate bug, as intended by the original developers of TDS. The start era has the blue text like it originally did. There's a lobby where's it between the start and Svath era, which is unreleased by the devs of TDS. On to the Area 51 era. Originally the Area 51 map was planned to be in a satellite-themed area, but ended up being in the regular lobby instead. But this game changes that, as it's gonna be added, as it was originally planned. However, there's an unused enemy named the Digger. It almost had the Minecraft aesthetic theme to it like the zombie from that game, but no t-shirt, instead a tank top. We believe it would have ability to dig down and go to a specific area, and then goes up and the tower attacks it. This behavior is similar to the buried enemy from the Trick or Threat Town, but instead of an ability it's more a passive ability. When it dies it goes to a specific location. We don't really know if Mega Update or above has an unused stuff that were planned to be in the game, but got changed or scrapped. But a theory suggests that Insane Mode was going to be a Frozen-themed mode, where there's frozen enemies and such. But there might been a frozen final boss that would been tougher than the Frost heroes. By the way, the Frost heroes' HP are drastically reduced to 4500 HP as regular enemies instead, and don't have their hammer anymore. The Frost King might been an early version of Fallen King, but it might have HP still at 100k. The Shredder now has its original model from it was originally at first, before it got changed in the final. Forgot to mention that there's a lava enemy in the game's files that has 800 HP. This would have appeared in the pre-Mega Insane Mode at wave 61 to 68. A moderator tower was planned to be the game, but the model still exists somewhere. The functionality might been removed. But luckily we can try to find the model and restore its functionality. Fast forward to pre-hardcore eras. They're a build that has the overhaul UI and tower models, but still has the lighting, maps, and graphics before the overhaul release. The accelerator would have the drones it originally planned. But this game will implement this feature. Fast forward to Halloween 2020, there happens to be an early version of Trick or Threat Town that was seen the thumbnails. The map is actually functional and has collision. The map's lighting is spooky green. This old TDS remake will have this early version of the map added as well, an unreleased skin for the turret which is named the Pumpkin Turret skin. Moving forward to Frost Invasion, there happens to be a build that the towers aren't changed, like the Minigunner. Crookboss and Rocketeer still have their 2020 models before they got their redesign in the final version of Frost Invasion. The lobby is still the Halloween 2020 theme. The early scrapped maps for Frost Invasion does have a name named Winterfall. There are two versions of the scrapped maps. First one, in the GIF from Bello, and then a screenshot of a second version. You know, it got changed in the final and this game will have these two versions of the map implemented to the game. Pretty much everything to modern TDS will still have their scrapped ideas that were gonna be in the game, but didn't really make it. So this is how VTDS Director's Cut works.